Will Gidman kept his nerve to earn Gloucestershire their first Royal London One Day Cup win of the season as they beat Yorkshire by 3 wickets in a low-scoring contest on a slow pitch at Headingley. Yorkshire were a little reckless with the bat after they won the toss. Alex Lees hit 2 fours off the opening over but then lifted Gidman's 4th delivery of the match to Ian Cobain. Adam Lyth was then surprised to be given out to David Payne in the next over, a wicket which left the home side on 16 for 2 after 3 overs. Andrew Gale and Kane Williamson took the total to 45 after 10, but the former then nicked off to Payne on 16. Gidman grabbed his 2nd wicket in the next over, Williamson with the edge behind to Adam Rouse. And it was 45 for 5 after 13 overs as Payne struck again to remove Johnny Bairstow for a duck, Michael Klinger with the catch at first slip. 3 wickets had fallen for no runs in 15 balls, with Gidman taking 2 for 16 from a 7-over opening spell and Payne 3 for 21 from 8. When both were rested, batting did become a little easier for Jack Leaning and Adil Rashid, who desperately needed to form some kind of partnership. They took the total to 89 for 5 at the halfway stage of the innings, and when Gidman returned to the attack, Rashid was seeing the ball well after passing his maiden list day 50 off 71 balls. Gidman's 8th over cost 12 runs, Leaning hitting the first 6 of the game as the 150 was brought up in the 36th over, the 100-run partnership also being made then. Gidman was replaced by Craig Miles, but he too was sent over the boundary by Rashid as this pair took their stand for the 6th wicket to 129, the highest for the county for that wicket in the one-day game. But there followed some suicidal batting as the last 5 wickets fell for 18 runs in only 22 balls. On 71, Rashid holed out to long on off Benny Howell at 174 for 6. Tim Bresnan ran himself out trying to get off the mark in the next over, Chris Dent with the accurate throw. 3 balls later and there was another run out, Rich Pyra falling for a single thanks to some very good work from the wicketkeeper Rouse. Leaning had made 56 off 81 balls when he was stumped off a leg side wide as Rouse kept up his good work off the bowling of Jack Taylor. The off-spinner then trapped Jack Brooks in front next ball with a googly as Yorkshire were dismissed for 192 in the 42nd over. It would have been a good deal worse had it not been for that record-breaking 6th wicket stand. Gloucestershire had 9 overs to bat before the break and lost Hamish Marshall, who edged Bresnan to Lyth, before Dent was taken down the leg side off the same bowler by Bairstow to leave Gloucestershire on 27 for 2. This was not going to be an easy chase after all, although Klinger tried to keep his side involved by making a steady 37. He was out at the start of over number 19, skying a shot off Pyra to Bresnan to leave with his side on 69 for 3. Make that 72 for 4, as in the next over Cobain was bowled by Rashid for 19. That became 78 for 5 as Howell was caught by Gale off a thick outside edge as Rashid struck again. And it was 83 for 6 at the halfway stage of the reply after Rouse edged Pyra behind. So now Yorkshire were favourites, the visitors appearing to have blown a real chance of an important victory as they tried to get back on the road to Lords. But in Gidman, Gloucestershire, who used to make that journey to the home of cricket an annual trip, have a very talented all-rounder and one who's almost tailor-made for the 50-over format. He kept his head while so many of the others had lost theirs during this day. He received excellent support in the form of Taylor, who's a man who likes to feel bat on ball. He may be a diminutive figure, but he still hits the ball very hard, and he made a one-day career best of 38, sharing in a 7th wicket stand of 69 runs with Gidman, who was also by now into the 30s. But when Taylor gave Rashid his 3rd wicket with an edge to Lyth, he left with his side on 152 for 7, still needing another 41 runs to win in 12 overs. It was all getting a little nervy. Gidman was close to being run out as he tried to steal a single that was never on. Having survived that, he then took over, deciding not to leave it to anyone else. He passed his 50 off 74 balls and then took his side closer and closer to the winning line with boundaries such as these. The one thing he didn't need to concern himself with was running out of overs, just partners. He moved on to a match-winning 71, only his second-half century score in List A cricket, to tie the totals, and then Bresnan delivered this wide. That took Gloucestershire home, Tom Smith making 4 in the 41-run stand with Gidman that saw the visitors over the line. The latter was undoubtedly the hero for his team, which won by 3 wickets with 28 balls to spare. They now return to Bristol for a match with Hampshire on Thursday, while Yorkshire will look to pick themselves up when they head to Northampton next Tuesday.